Knicks family, what is popping? What's going on with you? Hope you had a great start to your week. You know what I'm saying? Hope you had a great start to your week. I've had a great start so far. You know what I mean? Great start so far. And I'm glad to be here. Glad to be back on live. You know, as we talk New York Knicks. Not a lot of news. So we making up stuff to talk about. I'm not even gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? You know, not a lot of things going on with the New York Knicks right now, but we're going to talk anyway. And we're going to just enjoy being part of this New York Knicks youth movement as we talk. Nice jacket. Thank you. I appreciate it. I've had it for a little while. My son actually bought me this jacket for Christmas a couple years back. You know what I mean? So what's popping with y'all, man? What is popping? I see the chat is already cooking. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up. Chat's already cooking. Thank you. You said nice intro. That intro is actually courtesy of the New York Knicks. I mean, if you go on the New York Knicks Twitter, you'll get to see that. You'll get to see it. Arvidas Sabonis said Kevin Knox is overrated. Trash can. Boy, you wildin'. Get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Get up out of here. Kevin Knox. Possibly a future superstar. So don't do that to my man. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I had a long day of basketball today, though. You know, I will say that. Had a long day of basketball. I got up 7 o'clock this morning. Did basketball camp. 3-hour basketball camp from 8 to 11. We had like 10, 12 kids there at the basketball camp. It was a pretty good camp. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, I came home after the basketball camp, did a few things, and then went back to basketball workouts. You know, working with my young ladies, a couple of my young ladies on building their upper body strength, increasing their speed. You know what I'm saying? That's what my day's been about. You know, in between working with some of my clients, or should I say, working with some of my clients in between all of my basketball workouts and things like that. You know what I mean? But it's all good, man. A-Jumps 1992, you said 47 days till preseason starts. Yeah, that's what's up. I'm feeling that. 47 days preseason will start. I like that. That's not, 47 days, that's a month and a half. We're not too far away. You know, so we got a lot of talking to do up until that point. Ruffin fam, you say Trae Young all day. He's going to cook y'all in MSG. Go ahead, boy. Get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? He said he's going to cook us in MSG. We'll see. We'll come find out. October 17th is on the map. We ready to go. October 17th, we will see Trae Young come to Madison Square Garden. And I feel like my boy Frank is going to put the clamps on him. You know what I mean? He's going to put the clamps on Trae Young. I'm going to feel bad if Trae Young drops 30. But I don't think that's going to happen, man. My man, Frank Ntilikina is going to put the clamps on my man. You know what I'm saying? Put the clamps on him. I see you guys talking about Dinwiddie, the Brooklyn Nets. We talked a little bit about rivalries in the last show, and that the Knicks don't have many rivalries, but it's out there. I didn't want to put that as one of the main topics, but it's out there. I'm sure you guys seen, you know, Dinwiddie, whatever his name is, you know, talk about that the Knicks aren't the best team in New York. Man, dude need to go. He needs to go somewhere. The Knicks were pure trash last year. In the famous words of my man Esco, pure trash. I can't say it like he says it, but they were trash last year. And we still beat the Nets 4-0. Come on, man. Get out of here. And most of those games, just about every one of those games, the Knicks won by double digits. Except for one, I think one of the games, the Knicks won by 7 points. The rest of the games, the Knicks won by double digits. You know what I mean? So you need to get ahead and get up out of here. You know what I mean? Get up out of here. That's corny. You know what I'm saying? That's mad corny. So let's talk about, let's get into talking about Courtney Lee, because that's just about the only news that's happened in the last couple of days with the New York Knicks. Just about the only news that's happened. You know, so it looks like we're going to be taking a lot of calls tonight and checking in with the chat, the video chat a lot tonight. You know what I mean? So if you're trying to get into the video chat, appear.n/NBK, call into the video chat so we can, so I can start getting some people in there. You know what I mean? Listen, the video chat, I know you guys see certain people in the video chat on a regular basis, but it's not just those people who can get into the video chat. Anybody can call in to get into the video chat. There's only a certain number of people that's allowed in. Once we reach that limit, you're not going to be allowed in. That's just how it is. And let me give you a couple of rules for the video chat. Before we talk about Lee, let me take my headphones off right quick, because I want to get into a couple of rules about the video chat before we get into some things, just so people know. Number one, if you're going to get on the video chat, make sure you have headphones. From now on, if you are talking on your speakerphone, you may not get a chance to talk, right? Because in order for everyone to hear you clearly, you need to have some headphones in, some small headphones or something in, so that people can hear you clearly. Okay? They gotta hear you clearly. What's the sense of you saying things if people can't hear what you're saying? You know what I mean? When you speak through the speakerphone and you begin to talk fast, or you back up, it breaks up. It begins to break up, so people can't hear you. So that's number one. Make sure you have headphones so that we can hear you clearly. Number two, no smoking in the video chat. Right? If you feel like you got to smoke, step off the video chat, go to another room, do it wherever you go. I don't care. Go wherever you go and take care of your business. If you're smoking, I'm taking you off. I'm taking you out the chat. All right, that's number two. Number three, when you're on live TV or on the live stream, no cursing. All right, try to keep it clean. You know what I mean? We have, believe it or not, there are young children out here that are watching the show. You know what I'm saying? So let's try to keep it clean. All right. Number three, respect each other. Let each other speak. Let each other talk. You know, you're hollering and screaming and going over each other. Let each other talk. Let each other get their words in. There's enough room. There's enough time to go around for you guys to speak. So let each other talk. Try to be respectful. Another number four, I guess, five, whatever I don't know what number I'm on. I might have to do a video about the video chat, so that you guys can pay attention to the rules. But the next one, if somebody is on live speaking to me, I need you to be quiet in the background. You know what I'm saying? You got to be quiet in the background. Stop talking to that person. Don't respond to that person, because it interrupts them while they're trying to speak live. All right. And the person who is speaking live, don't respond. If someone says something in your ear, don't respond to them. Just continue to speak live. All right. To the people that's listening, because there's more people listening in the chat. There's more people listening through the live stream than there is in the chat. So talk to the people that's on the live stream when you're on live. All right. And of course, have your clothes on. You know what I'm saying? Have your clothes on. If I see you, I'm telling you now, because when I see you knock, if you don't have a shirt on, you're not getting in. Have your clothes on. You know what I mean? It's not that kind of show. It's not what it is. All right. So, with that being said, I'm going to let a few people in. Oh, one last thing. When you knock, I need you to have everything turned down in the background. Everything has to be turned down in the background, because when I let you in, if you have noise going on in the background, then it comes over the live stream. I need you to have it down. Okay? I need you to have it down so that you don't interrupt everything. Now, how much you guys want to make a bet one of these rules gets broken tonight? I can almost guarantee you that these rules get broken. 100%. Something's going to get broken. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. That's how it is. All right. So I got Nate Dogg trying to get in. I got Who's Mark trying to get in to the chat. You know what I mean? I just said to have the noise down in the background, right? So watch. I get ready to let Mark in, and the noise is up. Let's see. We're gonna find out. Then we're gonna get to talking about Courtney Lee. Don't mean to bore everybody with my rules. So let's see what's going on. All right, so I'm letting Mark in, letting Nate Dogg, let Viv in, let Nate Dogg in. Okay. Maybe they followed the rules. It looks like it's quiet. Viv hit me with the super chat. I appreciate that, man. Big shout out. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. All right, we got a couple rules here. Here comes Ruben. Ruben's on the way in. Ruben's going to help to moderate. You know what I'm saying? I see Who's Mark still smiling, though. I don't know what he's smiling about. You know what I'm saying? He's just smiling because he got in the chat early. Usually Mark has to scream and holler over the live, over the YouTube chat to, let me in. I'm knocking. Let me in. You know what I'm saying? But big shout out to you, Viv. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that, bro. All right. So we got some people in the video chat, and we're gonna be checking in with the video chat from time to time. You know what I mean? I'm gonna put these guys on mute, let them guys get going in the background. But we're gonna check in, and my man Ruben, I'm gonna let Ruben know. Ruben is here. I'm gonna let Ruben know that we're gonna be checking in, and then once we check in, he's gonna let the guys know in the chat that we're checking in, and then we're gonna open it up and let them go for it. You know what I mean? Oh, yep, there it goes. Hey Ruben, can you put a shirt on, man? See that? Right off Jump Street. That's what it is. Payback Carter. Big shout out, man. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that, Ruben. All right, man. Let's talk about Courtney Lee. All right, let's get into some Courtney Lee. Courtney Lee.
Y'all heard
upset.
that, right?
Huh?
You gonna mute me, bro?
Yeah, got you. Bang. Courtney Lee is upset. He is upset because the Knicks did not include him in what he considers to be a graphic that represents the future of the team. All right. Big shout out to Mr. GQ NYC. He says, thank you for the super chat, Mr. GQ. You say if someone breaks the rules, they have to donate $5 to the super chat or get blocked for 2 shows. Oh, you know what? That's a good one. We might have to put that in there. If someone breaks the rules and they donate and that $5 to the super chat, I will give that to charity. That's what I'm about. That's what we'll do. But anyway, back to Courtney Lee. Courtney Lee was upset because this image right here, the Knicks put this image out, and put this image out. This is off of the New York Knicks Instagram. And in the image, you see Frank Ntilikina, and there's Cantor, Lance Thomas, Tim Hardaway, Kevin Knox, Mitchell Robinson, KP, Moutier, Trey Burke. And what do they say at the bottom? Be there for the future of New York. All right. And so Courtney Lee was upset. Well, they say he was upset. All right? They say he was upset. Why was he upset? I guess because he wasn't included in this picture. And this is Courtney Lee's response. Right? Courtney Lee's response. Let me pull it up here for you. Here we go. Courtney Lee's response. He says he responded on Instagram laughing, "There I go." Okay. That's his response. I don't know if that exactly means that he's upset. I don't know if that really means that he is. I know he probably feels like he's going to be traded, right? He probably. I know he has to feel like, just the team is going in a different direction, and he doesn't fit into that direction, right? But was he really upset? Is he really upset? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think he was really that upset about it. Some people say he was upset. Some people say he's not. I don't think he was really that upset. But does this picture, and we'll bring this picture up once again and talk a little bit about who's in the picture. We got some more things to talk about with Courtney Lee, right? We'll talk a little bit. Does this really show who the Knicks consider to be their future? And if so, then we're wrong about a lot of things. All right. Moutier is in the picture. Is Moutier going to be, do you think that Moutier is part of the future of the Knicks? And as Cantor, do you think he's part of the future of the Knicks? I don't know. I know that Enes Kanter is young. He's 25, 26 years old. But based on his contract and what he may be looking to make next year, I don't know if he's going to be the future of the Knicks in the Knicks' future, unless he takes a very, very reasonable contract. You know what I'm saying? Tim Hardaway, we talked a lot about Tim Hardaway, whether or not he's part of the core. I guess this picture would, if the Knicks are sending subliminal messages with these pictures, then I guess this would say that Tim Hardaway is part of the future. It would also say that Trey Burke is part of the future. I really don't know if the Knicks are sending subliminal messages with these pictures. I think they just chose to bring players in. They just chose to add players. You know what I mean? To the pictures. As someone just said in the chat, Courtney Lee was part of the Martin Luther King Day flyer picture. Versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. And it's ironic that we talk about that OKC is in this picture, because we're going to talk about OKC in a little bit, right? But I mean, this would tell you that if we're saying that the Knicks are sending subliminal messages with their pictures, this would tell you that they at least expect Lee to be there come Martin Luther King Day, right? And not be traded. And I guess that would, if you look now, if we truly expect the Knicks to move Joakim Noah, and I don't know, let me see something. Somebody must have came into the chat.
Nah.
We got to make. There we go. We got that off. I don't know if it really means anything. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But speaking of Courtney Lee, maybe he's not part of the future. I don't think he's part of the future, right? I think that Courtney Lee is going to be a sacrificial lamb. I like Courtney Lee. I've said it plenty of times. I would like to have Courtney Lee be around. I think that Courtney Lee is going to. I would like to have Courtney Lee and Lance Thomas be part of that leadership team, leadership squad, leadership, a trio of veterans who lead the team. But he may be more valuable to us moved, and we can get something for him. So, I want to hear what you guys think about it. I'm going to open up the lines, 516-405-2246. Call me. I'm going to talk to the chat, and we can see what's popping. You're on Live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping, man? How you feel about this Courtney Lee thing? Hey, you on live, brother? You hear me?
Hey, Sim. Thanks for taking my call.
Hey, how you doing?
So, about Lee, I really think it would be a plus for us to move him sometime before this offseason because his contract is pretty big, about $12 million, I think. And it runs through 2020, and obviously we need that money for a max slot with all this Kyrie and Butler and Durant talk. So I definitely think we should trade him. He'll regress this year just because of age, so capitalizing on his value now would probably be a smart move. As for the Thunder, they have a similar, younger, cheaper version of him. I think his name is Abrinas, so he's a bit of a worse defender than Lee, but he's still a comparable player. I'm not sure if this is a really good trade for OKC, but if they want him, I think trading Courtney for like some salary fillers and like a second rounder or two would be a good move.
Oh, okay. Now, see, I think that it would be a very good move. If you're gonna move Courtney Lee, and we can use him to, well, you said a salary filler. So when you say salary filler, are you insinuating that the Knicks are gonna, would make a bigger move somewhere, maybe towards the deadline, or I guess it could be this summer as well, because I think Courtney Lee has 2 more years left on his contract.
Yeah.
2 more years left on his contract. So, well, yeah, that makes sense. Do you think Courtney Lee is going to be on the team by the end of the season? No. So when do you think Courtney Lee
still be traded by the deadline? Definitely. There's no point in keeping him. We should have kept him last trade deadline either. Same with O'Quinn. There's really no point in keeping them. But
okay.
We should have gotten value.
Yeah. Who am I speaking with?
Him walk. Well, letting O'Quinn walk.
Who am I speaking with?
Oscar.
How you doing?
Yeah.
Oscar, how old are you?
Yeah, I'm 12.
12.
13.
All right. Hey, Oscar. Very, very. You made some very good points. Your points are so good. You almost killed the whole segment of the show because your points are so good. Because it's kind of like, boom, there it goes. Might as well end it. Very, very good. Oscar, I need you to call in more often. As a matter of fact, if your parents allow it, you can even get on the video chat. But you got to be careful because those guys are a little crazy. Now, I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't advise you get on the video chat. Those guys are a little bit crazy in there.
Okay.
Yeah. Great call, Oscar. Thank you for calling in. And I look forward to hearing from you a lot more in the future.
Yeah, thanks.
Appreciate it, man. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you guys something, man. Hey, you guys in the video chat, y'all got to get y'all stuff together, bro, because we got 12-year-old boys. We got young ladies calling in, and they're proving themselves to be way more knowledgeable than the video chat. Y'all got to step the game up. You got to step up your game. You know what I'm saying? Because, yeah, because you know, you making it, you guys making us look bad. You know what I'm saying? You're making us look bad. But anyway, it seems like OKC fans are in support of bringing in Courtney Lee. I don't know how OKC thinks about it. You know, but, you know, from things that I've seen, a lot of OKC fans, and, you know, and this is just from Twitter, but a lot of OKC fans would like to bring in Courtney Lee. And I could see Courtney Lee fitting in OKC. I don't exactly know what we would trade for what we would bring back in a trade for OKC. You know what I'm saying? So this is CBS Sports. All right. You got OKC CBS Sports. Ex Thunder fans, how do you feel about Courtney Lee? Would you be excited about picking him up? Okay, when you click this here, you scroll down. You see a lot of OKC fans say, "I wanted him last year." Kind of sending tweets to OKC. A lot. And there's many more replies of people who would like to see people from OKC who would like to see Courtney Lee end up in OKC. If that happens, what do we bring back? I don't even know what OKC has. You know what I'm saying? But what do we bring back? Caller, you're on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping?
How's it going, brother? How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good. How you feeling?
Not bad. I know you're talking about Courtney Lee. I mean, I don't think he should be part of this future. He's older. He doesn't fit with this young squad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, Courtney Lee is 32 years old.
Yeah.
But I mean, the positive that I see with Courtney Lee is that he's a veteran, and you need to have veterans around the young guys.
That's
the problem,
true.
that's not the problem that I see with him. That's the problem that I see in moving him.
Yeah, but I mean, last year with the young team, he didn't really. I don't know. I don't feel like he was a leader. I feel like towards the end of the year, he kind of quit a little bit. At least to me.
You know what? I agree with you. Towards the end of the year thing, but you know what? It got so dirty, so nasty with the Knicks at the end of last year. I guess I don't want to say so dirty and nasty, not like it was with Melo of the previous season, but it just got so bad. And, you didn't know what was going on with Jeff Hornacek and all this kind of stuff. I can understand why he would get emotional the way that he did.
Yeah,
you know
especially a veteran player. He wants to, play in a team where, he could probably win. But Fizdale seems like a player's coach, except for Gasol, of course, because I know whatever happened between them two was bad. But,
right. But
I want to trade him. I'd like to trade. I think he's tradable. I mean, he's got 1-2 years left. So I mean, sure
I think he's tradable. I think he's tradable.
Yeah.
He but if he did kind of give up last year, you'd expect more from Lee, who is a professional. He's always been. I think he's always been a professional guy.
Yeah.
You'd expect a little bit more from him. You understand the situation. It was a tough situation, but you'd expect a little more. The one thing we know,
he's solid. He's a solid player. He's solid at everything. He's a solid shooter, solid defender. But he's not great at really any one area. He's just I mean, solid,
the one thing that we know about Courtney Lee is that if he comes back, if he's here this year at the beginning of the season, Lee is going to bring it. He's going to be professional. He's going to work hard. He's going to play hard. Yeah. So we'll see what's that. Hey, man, I appreciate the call. I'm going to let you rock. All right. Thank you for the call, bro. Peace.
Peace.
All right. So I'm going to got a request to bring over the OKC's roster. So here's their roster salary. All right, this is OKC. Now we know that Courtney Lee makes $12 million a year. All right, Courtney Lee makes $12 million. This kid Alex Abrines, however you say his last name, is possibly in that spot already. But I don't know. I think that Courtney Lee can be a good fit here. A team that is fighting for the playoffs. They need as much veteran leadership as possible. They need veteran players that have been there. Courtney Lee does have a championship run under his belt. He hasn't had many playoff, been to the playoffs many times since then, but he's got some experience, fighting through the playoffs. I think that maybe he could be a good fit in OKC. Where do we go? What do we do? I don't know. That's and what would OKC, how much would OKC value Courtney Lee? Because you're definitely going to have, unless you get a third team involved, you're definitely going to have to match salaries, because OKC, that's one of the reasons that they got rid of Melo. They moved Melo. It's not the only reason, of course, but it's one of the reasons that they moved Melo, is so that they can save $70-80 million or whatever it was. You know what I mean? Tony Crow, what's popping, bro?
Yo, Sam, what's good?
Chilling, man. Chilling. Chilling.
Black is time.
No doubt.
Shout out to the YG Oscar. I think you're gonna have to create a featured caller segment just for him.
Yeah, man. Hey, 12 years old, that kid knows what he knew what he was talking about. Smart kid, real smart.
Yeah.
Intelligent.
Yeah. Look up to him. I will say this, like you just mentioned, Lee is a professional, so in no way do I want to do him dirty and send him to a bottom feeder.
Right.
If so, it's got to be a somebody who's contending, somebody who's definitely in a playoff race. I would rather do that for him. I wouldn't necessarily be in a rush to trade him, especially for a bad deal. If it's salary cap release, then obviously that's what we're looking for. But if we got to take something back, even if it's like a smaller contract, I wouldn't be in a rush necessarily.
Right.
If it goes to 2020 or past it. I really just wanted to shout out Oscar though.
Yeah, that was a heck of a call. That was
the chat.
Yeah, it's a heck of a call, man.
Your Black is time.
For sure. And see, with me, if we do a deal with OKC, what I don't want to do, I don't want to take on longer salary. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I want to keep with our philosophy of bringing in players on short salary. So I'd be looking for 1-year deals. And I'm not sure OKC is going to be as agreeable because of their contract, situation. I mean, contracts, because of their salary cap situation. You know what I mean? So I don't know if they're going to be as agreeable.
Question.
Do
you know what Lee makes right now or next 2 years?
Lee, here, I can bring it up right now. Lee makes, I'll tell you exactly. I know it's like $12 million, but I'm going to tell you exactly what Lee makes.
And then if you could look up Robinson.
So Courtney Lee. I don't
know how many years he has left and what he makes, but.
Yeah. Courtney Lee is on the books for 2018 and 19 at 12.2. And then 2019-20 at 12.7. You know what I mean? I don't want to take long. I don't want to take any contracts longer than Courtney Lee's contract, unless it's somebody that we're targeting in free agency. Yeah,
exactly. Include them in a sign and trade or something of that nature. I think that's why I wouldn't be in the rush necessarily to trade him unless it's the right move. Because you got to remember, he actually fits into the systemless basketball. He's a good defender. He can defend multiple positions, probably 1 through 3 easily.
Agreed.
And he's a decent scorer. Like, he's actually, right there in the Lance Thomas category, but a better scorer. Like, he showed me a lot with his able to create his own shot, which was the knock on him, coming in to the Knicks at least.
Yeah.
And he's shown he could do that. So I wouldn't necessarily be in a rush. He's a good two-way player.
Okay.
Not a great two-way player, but he's a good two-way player.
Yeah, I'm with that.
A lot of things we look for in Lance, we don't get as consistent offensively as we do with Lee.
Right.
So, I mean, if it's the right trade, absolutely. But I would definitely not be in a rush.
Right.
Like I wouldn't do it for for just anything.
Okay.
Definitely wouldn't include a pick unless again we talking about these targeted players. Then it's more considerable.
Right. Okay. Hey man, I'm gonna pull the chat in right quick. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pull in the chat and see what they talking about. See what's going on in the chat. We got my man CK2K in the chat. So we're gonna check this out. All right.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. Let me get my man Ruben up. Where you at, Ruben? Hey, Ruben, what's going on, man? Hey, Ruben, can you hear me?
We got CK2K in the chat.
Yes, sir. We about to bring him on up.
What's going on, CK?
CK2K, what's poppin', man?
Bro?
I can't hear CK.
I can't either. I don't have him muted.
He's on mute, I think.
Nah, I got him clean. I can't hear him. So I don't know. Maybe he has to log back in. I can't hear him though. But what's going on in the chat? What's going on in the chat? What's the chat feeling about this Courtney Lee thing, man?
Mark had an interesting opinion. Nate too. Nate felt like keeping him. So did Prince and Mark. What did you feel about that, Mark?
Mark, what was you saying about what do you think about Courtney Lee, Mark? What's going on with Courtney Lee?
Prince,
hey,
can
Mark.
you hear? What's your take, bro?
Let's see. Viv, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Sim, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. Some of these guys just not paying attention. I mean, CK2K, I'm sure he is. I don't know what Mark's doing.
Can you hear me? Am I back?
I can hear you now, CK.
Okay,
yeah,
there
bad.
we go.
For whatever reason, I changed my mic. I don't know why. But
okay. All right. So, Viv and CK, what you guys think about this Courtney Lee thing?
Go ahead,
What
Viv.
thing? The post or the actual rumors?
Both.
All right. So let's start with the post, I guess. I don't think anything of the post. I'm just gonna be real honest with you. I don't think anything of it. Mm-hmm. He's been joking around on Instagram for about a couple of years now.
Uh-huh.
He always does this subliminal stuff. Look, he's on the MLK Day thing.
Right.
If you actually look at the Knicks Instagram, if you look at the Christmas Day poster or the thing for the Bucks Knicks, I think they posted a day ago. They show Knox and Mitchell Robinson.
Yep.
Which is kind of funny, I guess. And then they show Giannis and and I guess Thon Maker. Yeah, Thon Maker. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess they're just. I mean, whoever's a social media guy. I mean, he's having a lot of fun this summer, anyways. So maybe he's just trolling us, and he could be on this chat. I don't know. He could be somewhere. He could be lurking around somewhere. But look, I don't really care about that.
Okay.
Now, the trade rumors. Look, it doesn't really make sense for us to go in on a 1-to-1. We need to bring a third team because outside of Abrinas, I don't think we want to add anybody else on their team. I don't really see anybody that is attractive in any sort of way. I don't even know. Do they even have picks? They may have picks.
I don't know. I have no idea what they have. And look, I don't even know if it's me. I don't even know if I'm looking for a player. I may just be looking for draft picks. But of course, we're gonna have to bring back something because we got to match his salary, right?
That's the problem with OKC. You got to match the salary basically dollar to dollar. So unless you bring in some other team that can kind of, but then again, it doesn't really make sense in that sort of way. So I don't see why another team would want any of the other players in OKC.
Right.
So
right. CK, what do you think, man?
Nah, he put it right on the head. I agree. I feel like this whole social media thing was just well played. I think he was joking with it. I think he was in on the joke because like he said, he was on other bumpers for other other games for the season. So he even followed it with a laugh. I didn't take it anything. I even tweeted it too, but I was doing it to do exactly what we're doing right now, just start controversy. But like I didn't take it serious. Like I thought it was funny more than anything else. But as far as trading for him, I don't nothing from OKC. I don't know. I don't understand it. I just heard about that today myself. I also heard about Phoenix. I don't know if anybody else is hearing about that.
Yeah,
that was another one I was seeing too. I just don't know what we would get, what we would have to give. Like I like you said, I'd be cool with just give me a second round pick or something, or just keeping him on. Because if I'm not mistaken, how many years does he have left on his contract?
2. He's got this season coming up, and then 19-20.
Right. So I mean, like personally, I just feel like we would have with some of the moves we made. I feel like we would have had him gone by now, and that's just showing how hard it is to move him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't know. I just feel like I don't know what we would get from OKC.
Yeah. I agree with you there. I definitely do. I just seen, there's some OKC fans that want him. I don't know if that really means the organization wants him. And
I saw it too. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And his contract is probably much more valuable next summer than, the summer of 19 than this summer.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? Because in the summer of 19,
that ain't no Joakim Noah contract, and both of them. But at the end of the day, Courtney Lee is actually going to be a very valuable player for us at the All-Star break, even this year. Anybody who wants to upgrade or somebody gets injured, they need some defense at the wing. He's long enough. He's big enough. Every playoff team is going to want exactly what we have at $12 million a year, expiring in the year after that. So
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Great trade, babe.
Right. At the deadline or during the summer.
At the end of the year.
At the end of the year, during the summer. Especially the fact that, like Tony was saying, in the summer of 2019, when we're talking about these trades, getting rid of his contract, when we're talking about free agents, getting rid of his contract is not the only way to clear up that space, because you can do some signing trades. You know what I'm saying? And then you can use Courtney Lee's contract in those signing trades to help.
Also
to help clear that cap space or whatever.
Well, I was gonna say, he might be a cheaper option come next summer. If teams strike out on, some of these, 3-and-D type of guards. He might be an option that some teams may want to take a flyer on him if the other guys are too expensive. So
Courtney Lee's gonna get traded,
and it'll be a 1-year rental.
1 year rental.
That time, if he makes a past trade deadline, 100%.
Yeah. So, Mark, you said Courtney Lee's gonna be traded. What makes you so sure? And when?
It could be in the middle of the season before trading deadline.
You think before the trade deadline? Oh, well, okay, before.
Yeah, it could be around trading deadline. He can stay with the team for right now if that's what y'all want. But I prefer a player of that caliber that can play on a good team. Him being on Knicks is wasting his time and wasting our time to develop a young player in that slot.
When is he more valuable to us, Mark? When is he more valuable to us?
He's not valuable to us because we're not winning games.
At all? He has no value at all.
So he's not valuable as a leader, as a veteran. He's not valuable as a veteran to a team full of guys under 25.
He's not moving the needle.
Our value to us is what he can bring back in the trade.
I'll tell you why.
I don't care if it's a second round pick. I just want to get rid of it in the contract.
Okay, hold on for 1 minute. Go ahead. Hold on. Go ahead, Tony.
He's first of all, he is a leader. His issue last year was he didn't want to quit. He didn't want to. He was mad because they wanted him to quit. They wanted him to not
play. Yeah, I remember. They wanted Dotson.
That's not the person. That's the type of person you want to teach your young guys. There is no quitting. We fight to the end. You know what I mean?
We got the coach for
that.
We're
about winning. He's definitely a good role model. So he's not the guy that you rush to get rid of, honestly. Like even with his $12 million contract, because that's not an outrageous contract. That's the contract we wish Timmy was on right now. You know what I mean?
Right. For sure.
He's like if it helps us, we do it. But there's no reason to rush for it. He's a good leader. Like there's other guys that should be before him on the list as far as trying to get rid of.
We're going to suck.
Okay, so Mark, but that's what I'm saying though. But that's what I'm saying. You're right. As far for Courtney, hold up, Mark, hold up. For Courtney Lee, the Knicks probably have no value to him. But for the Knicks, I think Courtney Lee has value to the Knicks. Maybe not as, a guy that's gonna put us over the top to make the playoffs, but as a guy that can show some of these young guys how to be a professional in the league. And that's important.
Listen, that's why I'm not rushing it, to be honest.
Yeah, look, I'm not rushing to get rid of him, but he has to go. What are y'all not getting? If y'all want players to come next year, that extra money that he has on our books, it eats it up. So if we can get rid of him as soon as possible, that is just less stress of us worried for next year.
I think that's what the argument is, because it doesn't have to be as soon as
Lance Thomas ain't no
possible.
leader.
Yes.
Well, we can't have both of them.
Well, that's the problem with the market. No one wants him right now.
No, because OKC had a trade up. They had a trade up. They had a trade up. Abrinas, someone else, and a second round pick. Here, take it.
Okay. All right. I mean, I know we just
listen. We're not gonna win more than 25 games. That's a fact. And on top of that, him being on this team, yeah, it's a little value, but the value for a player like him to go on a good team is more value for him to go there instead of wasting his time.
We understand
here.
that.
That's what I'm saying.
We get that.
Is Tony Crow still on the call?
Yeah, Tony Crow said, but Tony Crow said, "Hey,
can I ask Tony Crow a question right quick before you take it back, Sim?"
Yep.
Yo, Tony, if we do trade Courtney Lee, if we get rid of Courtney Lee, do you think that we have to replace what Courtney Lee brings to the table at all in some kind of way?
I think eventually we will. I don't think Lance is going to be the only guy. I think we're going to need another veteran guy. And I think we should get him as soon as possible. Like I wouldn't really want to rock with all the young guys and no mentorship. It looks like Noah's out the door. So you know what I mean? He's not going to be the mentor that we all wanted him to be. So it leaves Lance as the real only option. Quinn's gone. I don't think KP's ready to be that kind of leader.
He's not that kind of guy, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know what I mean? So eventually we're going to need somebody, whether it's, you know what I mean, who we all want, whether it's, the big name, Kyrie, KD, somebody. But I wouldn't go a whole year with just the young guys. That's a losing situation. That's a tank situation.
Yeah.
And I'm not really for that. I forgot what I was gonna say about Lee, but I wouldn't be in a rush to trade him. I wouldn't mind him being traded either, but I just wouldn't be in a rush. It's not as soon as possible thing.
Yeah,
If the best option comes up, you do it. But if not, you hold on to him.
Yeah, I feel you. And like I think you need to have more than one veteran. You have Lance Thomas. That's one guy. Exactly. I think you need to have more than one guy. You know what I mean?
And for professionals on your team.
Yeah, and for your point, Mark, coaching and a player or mentor are two different things, man. Those are two completely different things. You're getting somebody that has gone, like just from the bare bones, you're getting somebody that's gone through it, that has played on teams, played with players that have gone through it and stuff like that. You're giving your wisdom and you're giving your workout routines to them. What Fizdale can do is he can give blueprints, but it's up to them to do what they can with it, which is what he's been doing, which is why he's giving all this confidence in the road to Moutier when a lot of us are here thinking like, get rid of him. But Moutier here thinking that he's going to be our starting point guard. But that's because that's the kind of thing that Fizdale's doing. But
that's
on
what
the
a coach
other hand,
does.
We got Lance Thomas that is going to be keeping Knox under control because he's 19 years old in New York City, but he has a player that's gone through it and play like those. That's important.
Exactly.
That's important. Fizdale can't do that stuff.
Teach them how to be professionals.
Yeah. So Nate, what do you think about it, Nate? I got Nate right now. I got Nate, Manuel, and Prince. I got you guys unmuted. So, feel free to have a nice little conversation.
there's so many ways to attack this, but I think the main thing I would say is that the older guys or the veterans, they teach them how to be professionals.
Correct.
Teach them how to be in the NBA. Teach them how to act, professionally. But also too, I'm gonna take the side of Courtney Lee for a sec. I like Courtney Lee. I mean, when we signed him to that deal, I was kind of like, yeah, that's a lot of money. But at the time, we needed defense and we needed 3-point shooting. And that's what Courtney Lee can bring to the table. And quite frankly, right now, I'm not too confident in our two-guard situation. I'm not relying on Hardaway and I'm not relying on Dot. So Courtney Lee can get those minutes because he plays defense and he's a professional and he plays hard. And Fizdale likes those type of players.
And that's what I was just going to add. I was just going to ask, with Courtney Lee in that spot, there's a lot of minutes are there enough minutes to go around? There are a lot of minutes that need to go around. Are there enough minutes to go around?
Yeah. No, I think so, because you look at it this way, Hardaway was out for a while too.
Right.
And are you going to rely on Dot, who regressed, in my opinion, in the summer league, or are you going to turn it over to a guy like Courtney Lee, who's been in the NBA for 10 years and knows what's up and knows how to play, or even your guy Ron Baker, heck, you even throw him in there. I mean, he's a gritty guy who's smart. He's not going to make dumb decisions. He might not be the most athletic person in the world, but hey, he's a professional too, and they carry themselves, and you need that with a young group of players that, quite frankly, we put them up on a pedestal, but quite frankly, we don't know what they're going to be.
Yeah.
Yo, Finn, let me just make one more comment, and I'm gonna let you get some calls.
All right.
A question for who's Mark. If we make the AC to the playoffs, right, by some miracle, since you think we're gonna win 20 games or something, don't you think Courtney Lee's value goes up? Like, isn't he gonna be one of those guys that we're gonna need more than anybody else on the team?
Hey, Mark, you gotta let him finish, man. Let him finish. Okay, he's finished now, but go ahead.
That's an asinine question. It's like you're hoping for something that's never gonna happen. We don't have
why?
AC. I'm not thinking like that.
Okay,
we are a losing team.
I understand what you're saying, Mark.
That's the reality.
Hey, I understand what you're saying. Mark. But have you ever seen a team that was supposed to be a 20-win team and play above their overachieve? Have you ever seen an overachieving team? I'm not saying this team is going to. I'm just asking, have you ever seen it?
My only question with this team, right? We barely could have scored 100 points last year. We struggled in the fourth quarter to score points. I'm asking one of you guys, where are we going to get 20 for sure points every night? I just want to know. Someone just point me to that player.
Kevin Knox.
The floor is gonna be his, man.
There you go.
I know that's a lot of praise.
I know you guys like Kevin Knox, but I haven't seen him. He hasn't gave me a report say, okay, this guy can go get me 20. I'm talking about the start of this.
All right, let me ask you this: is there anybody in the rookie class you think is going to come in and give 20?
Knox. Kevin Knox.
I'm saying,
whether he was a Knick
who's smart?
Even if we didn't pick him up, I still would have said that.
Yeah, I like Knox.
He's got the scoring ability.
Hey, he's going to shoot 10 free throws a game. He's going to shoot 10 free throws a game. He's going to shoot 10 free throws. They're going to give him the ball.
I feel like he could average 20.
Hold on. We got Hold up, guys. I'm
gonna tell you why he's not gonna be as potent as I think he is. He doesn't play the game the way give him the ball and let him go to work. He doesn't play like that.
Okay, so just Mark, let me ask you a question though. Is there any player in the draft that you think is gonna score 20 a game?
I'm trying to think. I think Aiden's gonna score. I think Aiden's gonna score 20 easily.
Okay, so you think Aiden's gonna score 20 easily?
Yeah.
Right. Have you seen him play in the NBA?
No, but you can tell them. He's like gonna go 20.
But what? You said, but you can what?
He's more of a consistent player than
I can't hear what he's saying. I muted him.
I'm just saying, but have you seen him play in the NBA?
No, but Kevin Knox was inconsistent in college also. But
Kevin Knox was never inconsistent. That's a lie, man.
He was not consistent in college, bro.
Yeah,
That's the system that.
That's another argument too, because look who was on this team with them.
He averaged 17 points a game. How is that not consistent?
That's what I'm saying.
How is 17 points not consistent?
Let me ask you a question.
Even in high school, he averaged that.
All right, we back.
Was he the best player in Kentucky?
Yeah, he was the best player on Kentucky.
Arguably, bro.
I'm asking you.
Arguably. With Shea, I mean, next to Shea.
Highest ceiling player.
It's hard to say this argument without being a Knicks fan, but just at like it arguably.
That's what I know. I'm trying to talk away from being a Knicks. I'm trying
right.
to
Me too. 100%. I am too.
Kevin Knox was the best player on the team. Was the best player on the team.
Arguably.
Listen, I don't think he give us 20. I don't think he give us consistent 20 a night. That's he has to show.
Kevin Knox is going to have every opportunity that Aiden has.
That's
the person who's going to get 20.
Right.
Even more because Aiden has Booker.
I think he's gonna have, but Kevin Knox will have every opportunity to get 20 a game. Why won't he?
Who else is gonna score?
Manuel, what do you think, man? I haven't had a chance to really hear from you yet. What do you think? And in about 30 seconds, I'm gonna get back to the regular chat, but I just want to hear what you think.
What
about Courtney Lee? And then about what we were just talking about, who's going to score.
To be honest, I feel
you breaking up, bro. Gotta disable that one because I couldn't hear you. Breaking up a little bit. Gotta be able to get it there so I can hear you. Sorry about that. The Prince, what you think, man?
Hey, honestly, me and Merk, we don't agree about much at all. But that's one thing we do agree about. This is getting rid of Courtney Lee. And I'm not saying like he said, let's rush to kick him out the door type of thing. But if we can get assets for him, why not get rid of him? Because again, we're not really in a position to really to make a real valid push right now.
Okay, all right, and just to let you guys know, CP the artist hit me with a super chat and said that the 12-year-old kid Oscar make you guys look real bad, man.
Dang,
he said he make you guys look real bad.
Oscar did a good job, man.
Yeah, he said he make you guys look real bad.
Good job, Oscar. That's what's up.
Yeah, but I'm gonna let you guys get to it. CK, if you wanna if you want to stay on, I'm gonna get to the next little segment that I'm gonna talk about, and then I let you get into the chat. You know what I'm saying? Who's your dark horse impact player, CK, for this team? One more time. Who is your dark horse impact player
for the Knicks?
For the Knicks. This season, looking out, and I'm thinking dark horse players is probably gonna be like
Mitchell.
Ron Baker is probably a dark horse guy.
I don't see it with Ron Baker. I know I've been hearing that's your guy. I don't see it.
I'm not saying he's my guy. Hey Tony Crow, I'm gonna let you go so we can get some more calls in. All right.
No doubt,
right.
fam. Have a good one.
Peace.
Go back in time.
I'm not saying he's my guy. I'm just throwing some things out there to say he's not baked just yet. You know what I mean?
Oh my!
Wonk, wonk, wonk. Oh, that's worthy of a super chat right there.
Yo, honestly, I don't know because at first, before Summer League, my answer was Dotson. I was very confident that Dotson was going to be that guy that was going to be my dark horse. But after what I saw in the Summer League, man, he just like Nate said, it seemed like he regressed, like he went the wrong way. He had the opportunity to be confident and take his shot, and the defense is there, which is good, which I'm glad about. But man, my man had to give us 30 and 11 in the last game with all those opportunities. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm not saying I'm expecting that from him every night. It's just like that gives us a glimmer, like, okay, go ahead and play your game, but. To answer that question without being cliche, honestly, it's got to be Mitchell Robinson, man.
Do you think Mitchell Robinson is a dark horse? I think we kind of expect.
Man. He's still second round pick.
Okay, yeah, he is. But I think we all expect that Mitchell Robinson is going to do something this year. I think we kind of expect it. But I mean, he's a second round pick, so yeah, I get it. I mean, I'm looking at guys, Ron Baker. Maybe I don't know. If Mario Hezonja is a dark horse guy.
Hezonja's gonna have to win me over. I have to be won over by Hezonja, to be honest.
Okay.
Fine dark horse, Sim.
Okay, that's your dark horse, Nate.
Huh?
Okay.
You said Hezonja, Nate. You said Hezonja is your dark horse.
Yeah, I like Hezonja. I really think he has the potential because he did play in Orlando and showed that he has some game. But my question to you would, what would be define dark horse in your mind? Like, what does
dark horse to me is like
Moody, man.
So,
that's the official dark horse.
More than one way, right? I mean, literally.
He would be the definition of a dark horse.
I mean, but like my definition of a dark horse player is, someone that you just don't expect this player is going to do well this year. You might even think they're going to be off the team, right? Yeah, so Baker, Moutier, maybe Alonzo Trier, who's not even on the team. He's in the G League.
He's going to be in the G League. I don't know if he's going to get a spot.
Yeah. Right.
Who was the dark horse last year, Sim? Was it Burke?
Who was the dark horse?
Trey Burke was mine. When we brought him on to the G League, Trey Burke was 100% mine. And then he had that 43-point game, and I was like, yep, yeah, I'm bored. Let's see what he got.
Yeah, he probably was the dark horse last year.
Because he had some good games. No one talks about, but he had some good games with Washington before Brandon James came and stole the light. And he was working out just as hard as he has been this summer in last year's offseason. So I was rooting for him. I wanted to see, because we signed Ramon Sessions and Jarrett Jack. So I was there thinking like, Trey Burke has the opportunity to come up and take that spot. So last year for sure, I was rooting for Trey Burke.
Yeah. He had to be the dark horse guy last year. He had to be the dark horse guy. Now I'm looking in the chat. I see people say Lance Thomas, Hezonja, Moutier. Some people say
I think Hezonja has the highest ceiling, I would think, to be a dark horse. But Moutier is probably the.
You forgetting one person, Tim.
Go ahead, Isaiah. Go ahead, man.
What's poppin', chat? What's poppin', CK?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Not much, man. I'm gonna join the chat soon, but you forgetting Joakim Noah if he's not traded by him.
Man, I don't think Joakim Noah's going to be on the team.
That's a true definition of a dark horse.
That would be a double dark horse.
Yeah, I don't.
This was a serious call.
He's going to be in the dark, that's for sure.
See, Isaiah? He said he thought this was a serious call, man. You talking about Joakim Noah? Joakim Noah's not going to be in the squad.
Listen. Don't make me bring the pudding pop back. I got some pudding.
All right.
But I think a dark horse.
I need to see more Cornet.
I'll give it to I'll give it to Dot. I'm gonna give it to Dot.
You gonna give it to Dot. So what about Luke Cornet? I see someone brought that up in the chat. I just heard Nate mention Luke Cornet. What about Luke Cornet?
What we expect from Luke though? We expect Luke to be like a simple size KP though. That's what we expect from him though. We expect to see him get at least 10-5 and at least a block and a half. We expect that.
If he can stay on the court, I'll support it. But that's my problem.
He's defensively on the perimeter.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. You said, Isaiah, that Luke Cornet, we expect him to give us 10-5 and what?
In a block and a half.
In a block and a half.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean,
more blocks and points.
Maybe give us 10-5. Yeah, I could see him there. I could see him giving us that.
Especially with KP being out right now, he can give us 10-5 and a block and a half.
Okay.
Not if Noah's playing.
Man, Noah's not playing. Noah is not playing.
Man.
He's done, man. He's done.
I'm not gonna lie to you,
will be
man.
in the jungle.
Million, I might be butt naked in the street too, bro. I don't know, man.
Noah is going to be butt naked in the jungle with a blonde beard chasing tigers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hey, man, that dude, the Legend of Tarzan, man. I think he's doing a Tarzan movie.
My only problem with that prediction is there's too much. Mm-hmm. There's too much going on at the Bigs because 10 points is a lot when you got Cantor, You got Mitch. We got Noah Vonleh. That's probably gonna surprise a lot of people too. I don't know. I don't. That's gonna be hard for him to get 10 points.
You could argue our whole team is a dark horse.
You know, I'll say one thing though. I think we're gonna be I think we got a chance to be a top 5 rebounding team.
Yeah,
especially with Cantor there. I would say so. Yeah. I would say that.
Me too.
And yeah, hey Isaiah, if you're gonna join us in the chat, I'm gonna try to free up the line, see if we can get some more calls in.
Yeah, can you have me right now? I'm probably going right now.
Just clean up your crumbs, all that stuff.
No, I'm good. I finished the pudding pop. It's good. We Gucci. I'm just ready. I'm ready to add me. I'm good. All
right. Peace. Siobhan Robinson, thank you for the super chat. You said Mario is my dark horse. Dotson is straight honey buns.
Well, he played like honey buns. That's for sure.
You know what? I don't know what happened. I expected Dotson to come in the summer league and really play. I wanted him to. I don't know what happened, and maybe he'll come into the season and look a little bit different. I don't know.
Yeah,
well, he'll be a defender first and foremost.
Colors, that's all.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey Nate, I'm going to bring in Big Freezy, and I know Big Freezy has a little buzz going on with his sound, but I'm bringing him in for a minute because he hasn't had a chance to talk. All right, so I'm gonna bring Big Freezy in, to talk with us while we're on some calls. And if I can find him, there we go. All right, Freezy, I know you got a buzz going on. I don't know what it is, man. That joint is loud. I can't even hear you talking, man. I can't even hear. I gotta turn that off. That joint about to make me go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're gonna bring in let me bring the Prince in. I'm gonna bring in the Prince.
Yeah.
Prince, man, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Sil.
All right, cool. It's me, you, and CK. We're chopping it up. Who's your dark horse, Prince?
My dark horse, I'm gonna stick with my guns. It's Moutier. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and put it out
that's
there.
Yeah, that's right. That's your guy.
And to finish up what I was saying earlier about, like I said, about getting rid of Courtney Lee. Like I said, we get rid of Courtney Lee. Moutier is 6'5". He could technically play in that, position.
Man, Prince,
I really truly believe that getting rid of Courtney Lee, that get us some more assets for years to come. We let, some of these other guys progress like Moutier, and I really truly believe that, we can figure it out and make it work.
Yeah, Prince, I'm gonna defend. I'm not defend you. I'm gonna join you. Okay, but it only if he's playing alongside Trey Burke. That's the only way I'm okay with that, because he can't shoot, he can't score, and he can barely play defense. That's it.
They kill me, not to cut you off, they kill me last show on, I think, Sunday, basically saying the same thing, that, I really believe, I don't know, did you see hey, Mark, can you stop talking, Mark?
See that? I'm kicking Mark out. I'm kicking him out. Bang, he's gone.
Hey, I'm sorry.
He's ruining us. I told y'all. We're not playing with the chat. If you're gonna interrupt, we're not playing with the chat.
Okay, so let me get back on track.
Yeah, what are you saying? Yeah.
Everybody turn your phones this way so it looks better.
Yeah. What I was saying was basically Mike Kiley Jr., he had a tweet like last week, basically giving Fizdale props for opening up his game. Right. I truly believe that's going to be the same thing we see with Moutier, Trey Burke. These guys are truly going to progress under this great coach we got. So I believe, like you said, if Moutier makes those 4 layups that he misses, if he knocks down a couple more jump shots, that get rid of that kick or whatever that in his hitch, in his shot. He get rid of that in some way, shape, or form. Plays better defense. He's an asset for us. The guy's only 22 years old. like I said,
that's the biggest thing, and that's why I don't think I'm not a Moutier hater. I also do see Moutier for what he is, but the fact that he's young, and with the confidence and everything you just said about Michael Conley with Fizz, and Fizz has a good history with all this. Look at Mario Chalmers, Norris Cole, like that. Those are Fizz products. You know what I'm saying? So I believe it. Go ahead. Go. I don't know who that was. I don't know who's talking.
Yeah. Nah, I got a call on the line. I'm about to bring him in. Yeah. Caller. What's poppin', man? You had CK2K confused. Huh? What's poppin', man? What's going on? You had CK confused a little bit. He wasn't sure who was talking
Yeah, I did.
Nah, bro, you fancy now. Now I gotta go through.
Turn your screen to the side, y'all. Turn your screen to the side. Looks better. It fits better.
Go ahead, man.
Where we at right now? Because I've been off the chat for a little bit.
This is Emmanuel.
Yeah, bro.
What's going on, man? It's been a minute.
Yeah, man, you fancy now, man. It's hard to get in contact with you now.
Yo, a lot of people calling in, man. I had to get this phone system and everything.
Yeah, man, you moving on up. No more Skype, no more interrupting.
Yeah, for real. Because that Skype thing was bugging me out. I was losing it over that Skype thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So right now we're talking about who is your dark horse player for the Knicks this season to come through.
For me, off the bat, I think it's gonna be Hardaway, because if you put Hardaway in his natural position, then I think
we hope it is.
Put Hardaway in his natural position with Fizdale keeps him composed like he was in Atlanta.
Okay,
he might be able to do some things. You know what I'm saying? Right now, we don't got no real consistent scoring, and if he's able to stay healthy, then I think Hardaway. If he stays away from the erratic shooting and stays healthy, and Fizdale keeps him composed, then I'm going with Hardaway.
Okay, so you think Hardaway could have a career season? I mean, because dark horse, I'm
not saying he can have a career season, but I'm saying he's gonna be one of our main scoring options. He's gonna be one of the dudes to lead us. When it comes to scoring, he's going to be one of those dudes that's going to have to put the ball in the basket for us.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. That's without a doubt. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Because right now, we really don't have a consistent scorer. When you look around on the team roster, we don't have a consistent scorer. So I think if it's gonna be anybody, it's gonna be Hardaway if he could stay composed, and Fizdale could hone that in. And have him the same way that I think Budenholzer had him. I think that's his name. Had him in Atlanta. So I think that's gonna be a real key for Hardaway this season.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I definitely agree. That's gonna be a big key for Hardaway, and I'm interested to see if Fizdale can bring that out of him. You know what I mean? I'm just not sure it's in Hardaway's DNA to be a consistent shooter.
Yeah,
I'm just not sure it is, but
I'm not talking about taking over a game or anything like that. I'm talking about being a score anywhere from 15 to 20 consistently. Mm-hmm. I think he could do that throughout the season. He can average 15 to 20.
I think he can.
We don't know what anybody else is going to average throughout the season when you think about it.
Right.
When you really think about it, like, you don't know what anybody's going to really give you offensively this season coming up. Because a lot of people are mentioning Trey Burke. And Trey Burke, that was off a season when he came out of really nowhere out of the G League.
Mm-hmm.
So people weren't really checking him. Now they got tape on him. So I don't know who else really is going to come out and be a consistent scorer for us. Knox is still a rookie. And there was questions about him coming out of college and his consistency. And right now we have the toughest back-to-back schedules. We got the 11th toughest schedule of the league. So it's going to be a lot of hard travel for Knox. And I don't know if he's going to be able to keep that up the whole season either.
Okay. Okay.
That's fair. That's fair.
So let me ask this with Tim Hardaway. I definitely know he's going to average between 15 to 20 a game. We know that. My question is, can he do it shooting a decent percentage from the field? You know, not shooting 42%, shooting more like 45, 46, maybe 47% from the field, right? That's my question about that.
That's why I'm saying Fizdale is going to be the one that has to control that, because he couldn't do it with Hornacek.
Right.
Hornacek wanted him to shoot because Hornacek was a shooter also.
Right.
With
right.
Fizdale, I think Fizdale is going to want him to be more
control,
more efficient shot. So
yeah.
That's gonna be Fizdale's role with Hardaway right now. Have him not chucking shots like he used to, and he was previously before this season coming up.
Right. Okay. All right. Hey, Emmanuel, it's good to hear from you. Haven't heard from you in a minute, but it's definitely good to hear from you.
Hey man, try to remember at least 3 digits of this number, so when I call in, you can save it or something.
I see your name, not your name, but you know I see the name. I got the name memorized. I got you. I got you. All right, man.
All right, no doubt.
All right, peace. So here's my question: can Hardaway be an All-Star this season? Without KP, he's our closest All-Star, right? Closer to being an All-Star. Can he be an All-Star this year?
I don't know, man. I don't know, because look, I think people forget that at the beginning of last season he had a good start, but again, that was when he had like KP and we had a somewhat okay roster. But when KP went down and then he was running the show, things, he turned into Tim Hardaway that we all are talking about right now. So I don't know if this is the year. I mean, he'll probably, like you say, he could probably average 20 plus, maybe, or at least come close to 20. I just don't know if that's All-Star worthy, personally, in my opinion.
Okay.
I don't know.
Do the Knicks have to be, all right, if he averages 20 and the Knicks are knocking at the door on the playoffs.
Yeah.
Is he will he be considered for an All-Star? I mean, who are the guards in it? Well, who are the shooting guards in the East that he's gonna yeah. He's competing with a lot of guys. Viv, what do you think, man? Hey Viv, can you hear me? I don't know if Viv can hear me. Prince, what do you think?
Where was we at? They yelling in the chat. Where was we at again?
We was talking about Tim Hardaway. Can Tim Hardaway?
It's gonna be a 9-man rotation somehow.
Hardaway can be an All-Star. Honestly, depending on how we play, do I truly believe like he'll have great numbers to stand out like that? No, I don't believe he'll have All-Star numbers. But again, if our team somehow finds a way to, as we say, overachieve in some of those games, maybe the NBA may have mercy on him, and fans are probably put him in. But
it just doesn't sound realistic.
I don't think he'll be. I don't think so.
Who's he competing with when we're talking about in that shooting guard spot? Because how do they
well, that's
do
the thing.
now?
It's just clumped now. It's not even shooting guards. It's just guards.
It's just guards, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So that's already a losing battle.
Okay. So,
Kyrie, Bradley Beal. I can just go from team to team.
Victor Oladipo.
What's his name? Homeboy that made it last year. There's a lot of guys that are in front of him. We just said 4 of them right there.
Yeah.
Chris Middleton's probably gonna make a jump this year too.
Okay.
So I don't know. To me, Tim Hardaway is a just like what he was in Michigan in college. He was a great piece, but he's not the guy. And I think that when we get ourselves figured out, say we bring on like a Kyrie or whatever, Tim Hardaway is going to thrive because he's going to do what he does, but he's not going to be the vocal point of the offense. And I feel like that's the kind of player he is. So just All-Star and Tim Hardaway, I just don't see it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see that he does enough. Right. Yeah. He can score, and usually for his career, he shoots 42% from the field. I think he'd need to make a really big jump to 45, 46% this year. and do it consistently. And he'd need to do some more things. You know, grab. He can be a decent rebounder, I think, but I think he'd need to grab 6 rebounds a game and maybe bring in 3 or 4 assists, you know, to be an all-star.
And I don't mean to sound disrespectful, but to me, it's almost like you asking 5 or 6 years ago, is J.R. Smith an all-star? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's personally my opinion.
Right, true. I feel you on that.
Yeah.
So, and J.R. Smith, and remember even when he was with us, J.R. used to get buckets, and he was valuable. He was a knucklehead, but he was valuable. He was a good piece, but I don't know. I don't know. Don't see all.
No, I hear you on that. Yeah, I hear. Let me get this call real quick. Call you on live with nothing but Knicks. What's popping?
Yo, Simeon, what's up, man? CK2K, what's up? It's your boy Carl. What's happening?
What's up, Carl, man? How you feeling? What's your takes on? We were just talking about Tim Hardaway and whether or not Fizdale could boost him to all-star status this year. I don't think he can. But what do you think?
I'm sorry. You don't think so?
I'm just not sure Tim Hardaway does enough in the other parts of the game. He's got to shoot a better percentage from the field. Rebounds, assists, I think he needs to up that a little bit as well. And then with the competition that he's going against, you know, there's a lot of guards he's going to be dealing with.
Yeah. True. I think he's going to have a good upside. I'm going to tell you why. The reason why he's going to have a good upside is because he was already with the New York Knicks. We drafted him, and then we traded him. You know what I'm saying? So he knows. I mean, it's not going to look too good for you to be on a team that you got traded twice. So I think he's going to, he's going to really explode. I think he's going to have a really good year, to tell you the truth. That's what I think. And I'm with you with because there's so many, like you said to me, man, there's so many elements he has to work on, man. And he's getting at that age, man, where you should be, your shot selection should be 100% by now, man, or
right.
At least, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it was you or somebody that said that with Tim Hardaway, his problem is that, he grew up, his father is and everything. So he really hasn't had that chance really to, to get that ruggedness. You know what I'm saying? That, that want to work for everything and try to, so he might be a little bit soft in certain areas. But I think this year, he should be, the season coming up, he should be all right.
Okay.
I think about 15, 20 points.
Yeah, I think he's definitely going to get that right there.
Me too.
Yeah,
about 17.
So I'm gonna check in with the chat. Hey man, Carl, I appreciate the call, man. Definitely appreciate the call. I'm gonna check in.
Take care, CK2K. Love the shows, man. I'm always
appreciate you, Carl.
A person checking on y'all. All right.
Hey, chill.
All right. Later, man. Peace. All right. I'm gonna check in with the chat, see what's going on, man, because they're having an animated conversation. You know what I mean? Ruben, man, what's going on with the chat, man?
They're having a whole lot of conversation about who's gonna get a lot of minutes at the wing spots, and it's a lot of conflicting opinions on everything. But it's a roundtable discussion right now. Mark has a whole lot to say, and Isaiah.
Okay, well let's check it out, see what they're saying, man. Isaiah, what you got to say about it, man? Remember, chat. Remember, guys. Hold up. Just remember. Give each other a chance. Don't talk over each other, man. Let people finish their sentences. Go ahead.
Can I go?
Go ahead, man. Rock with it. Go ahead, Isaiah. You got it. It's on you.
Wait. What? Well, we talking about the minutes, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Hardaway.
Well, Tim Hardaway. I don't know about being an all-star. That's a lot, man. When you talking about being an all-star, but when it comes to being the minutes, though, the minutes I see. Like I was saying in the chat, I see Knox getting 30 minutes, Frank getting 30 minutes, Cantor getting 25. I see between Cornette, Noah, Vonleh, I see them getting 15 minutes.
Mitch.
I see Burt got to get 20 minutes. Merch, I don't really count Mitch because he's in the G League right now. He got to work his way up. So
You said Mitch is in the G League?
If Doc,
is that confirmed? Oh, word? I didn't know that.
What Mitchell?
Yeah.
Mitchell Robinson's not in the G League.
I don't see him. I don't see. They're not gonna throw him in the fire.
I would.
I would have thrown him in the. I would have thrown him in the fire. Yeah, that's you asking him to crumble.
Oh, you want him to bulk up before you throw him in the fire.
But because the thing is though, don't get me wrong. The way he looked was good, but there was a legit. I watched. I was reading some articles. There was a whole breakdown of how he didn't know what was going on. He was like a deer with a headlight. So I mean, I don't really see him. I'd rather see him in the G League first, to be honest with you.
He just need to put muscle on.
But I think the minutes. I think Doc's gonna get like 15. But it's hard to do. It's hard to play all these guys. That's going to be the hardest part. Is playing all these guys.
That's the main question. Like, who is all these guys? Who do we have to develop that's not Kevin Knox? Let's go play the wing. Like, I don't. Nobody that we need to develop.
Everybody.
You left out Hazonia too. Everyone keeps forgetting Hazonia.
That's gonna be on our team.
We got a whole lot of people to develop. To be honest with you, like there's
the whole team.
Yeah.
Yo, bro, chill out part. But nah, like the whole team, cause it's like it's 7 or 8 of them that's under 23. They gotta learn.
Talking about playing the wing position. How many players we gotta develop playing the wing position?
We got Kevin Knox. We got Mario, Frank. We got
Frank and Tim. We play the point guard.
What you mean? What'd you say?
Okay. Frank gonna be playing the point guard. So Tim Hardaway Jr. You still got to develop Tim Hardaway Jr. and he getting 17 million already, 18 million.
That don't matter, bro. The money don't matter. It's about the development because at the end of the day, I could be making 18 and I ain't learned shit.
He's still getting Tim Hardaway Jr. development is
that language, man.
Better. Take better attention to defense, take better shots. As far as Kevin Knox, we got to develop him. That's 25, 30 minutes. Mario's doing the same thing. There's just a lot of minutes left. And I don't see why people are saying, where all these other minutes going to go.
But it's not a lot of minutes, though. Because, bro, if Kevin Knox getting 30 minutes, there's only 48 minutes in the game.
Right, that's one position. That's one position. We're talking about one position.
36 minutes to play with.
There's only, what do you mean is a forward? That's a forward, bro. That's not a wing spot. It's a forward spot.
I'm talking about the 2 guard and the 3, the 2 and the 3. If you want to add the 4 because it's position of basketball, that's fine too. But my thing is, at those 2 positions, we have a lot of minutes to give, and I don't see why nobody see that.
But it's gonna be hard too, bro, because it's gonna be hard too, because you know what our biggest issue was? Now, what if one of our biggest issues going to be is what if Kevin Knox is actually a 4? What if because you got to think about it. When Mario was in Orlando, his best statisticals was the other half of the season when he played the 4 spot. So, like, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be like
where do you see Kevin Knox at the 2, 3, or the 4? Where do you see Kevin Knox?
At the 3.
You asking me? I think he can play the 4, but I want him at the 3.
He's not ready for the 4.
It's the Kevin Durant syndrome, if you ask me personally. He big and he can play the 4. He can be subbed in at the 4 in certain rotations, but he got to play the 3.
Look, this is how I'm doing it, man. That def lineup that I threw out
nice,
earlier,
and that's what I'm saying. This season,
man.
We're going to see him more at the 4. Hazonia at the 3, but no.
I throw Hazonia at the 2. I was struggling with that.
This is basketball, bro. End of the day, we got minutes. We don't say we got.
All right, guys. Well, it sounds like you guys having a good conversation in the chat. The chat here, they're joining in the conversation a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But some of them saying to bring Oscar back.
No, stop.
But you know, I'm gonna get on to this last topic, and CK, I think that you'll appreciate this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see it. Go ahead.
2K ratings. I know you follow 2K, right?
Okay, it's fine.
I know you follow 2K. What do you think? I don't know. Well, let's put it like this. NBA Live ratings came out for Kevin Knox was a 78.
Trash.
That was NBA Live's rating for Kevin Knox, 78.
Saw that.
I haven't seen 2K's rating for Kevin Knox yet. I don't think it's come out yet.
And I can make my prediction on what it's going to be. It's going to be a 75. Because
75.
They're going to put him at 75, and because they have what's his name, Trae Young at 77. Okay. They got Aiden's a 78 if I'm not mistaken.
78.
They got all of them, the higher ups up in the 78 range, 77 range. So they're going to disrespect Knox to put him at 75. But what 2K does that Madden does not, or Madden, EA or NBA Live likes to shoot high, but then when their updates come out, then everybody goes all the way down and rah. But 2K does the other way around. Like these kind of players, like a Kevin Knox, Jason Tatum is a good example too from last year. They shoot them low and then they jump up. So as of right now, this is all just for people, just conversation pieces. Ratings ain't gonna mean nothing until that first update, anyways. Because Kevin Knox gonna be a 75, and then he gonna end up being a 79 overall by the end of the season. That's my prediction.
Okay, because I was looking at NBA Live, and they had DeAndre Ayton at 84.
They shoot him high, bro. They shoot him high. I'm sure 84. LeBron's at 99. I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Yeah, 2K has LeBron at 98, 96.
Right? I think that 98. You're right. You're I think they gave him the 98.
And what was I gonna say? 84. What do you think about Melo getting a 67?
Who did that?
I swear I thought I seen that Melo had a 67 rating from 2K.
A meme. I don't think
was it fake?
Real. Who did that? Yeah, that
I hope that
fake.
Was fake. Because I was like, come on.
This
man is not.
That was a meme. Yeah, no, they're
okay. All right, cool. I was like, come on, man.
Don't do that. Nah, he ain't gonna be any lower than 77.
You said he won't be lower than 77?
Yeah, I think they're giving benefit down, put him at 79, but I can't see them putting any lower than 70. So he's still Carmelo Anthony at the end of the day. Come on.
Right. Because I was like, come on, man. There's no way. When I seen that, I was like, there's no way that Melo dropped to a 67.
That's disrespectful.
You know what I mean? Now I know on your channel you used to do some 2K stuff on your channel.
I'm gonna do more. I was just waiting for 2K19 because like it was Knicks season and all that stuff was going on, so I focused on that. But when 2K19 comes out, I'm gonna do more 2K.
Okay. Are you doing any leagues or anything like that?
I'm gonna do a GM league for the Knicks, but I mean, like, I'm more than down to do leagues with people if that's the thing that wants to happen. I'm gonna be doing, I'm gonna play with everything. I love 2K. Okay. I play every mode on 2K except for my team, but yeah.
Oh, you don't play my team?
I don't. I know that's the unpopular one, but so far it seemed like a lot of the comment section, they rather see more my GM stuff because they want to see my me build the Knicks and stuff like that, which is what I prefer doing anyway. So I'm definitely gonna be doing that.
Yeah, that's probably more for doing that's probably more for. So looking at a few of the NBA 2K ratings now, DeAndre Ayton is a 79.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, who's Mark? What up, man? What up?
Marvin Bagley 78.
Yeah.
Luka Doncic 79, and I hear my man Ronald Cleveland in the background. I hear him talking over top of us. Let me see who else they got out there. LeBron James 98, Giannis Antetokounmpo 94, D'Angelo Russell's at 83.
Too high, but
Damian Lillard is a 90. You said that's too high for D'Angelo Russell. Yeah, especially
80.
Especially when they got Kemba Walker at 86.
Yeah, that's too high too. I think Kemba like at 83, 84. I don't know, but like I said, these are all conversation pieces for because they hype up the game. People are going to talk about it. Like my job, I edit for the Fumble, and they talk about sports and all that stuff, and they even got us to talk about it, and that they're not even a 2K channel, and it's gonna help sell the game. That's just what it does.
Yeah, that's what they do, right? Help sell the game.
That's what it does.
Yeah,
Kemba Walker 86. Sorry.
Yeah,
I like Kemba.
90. Kemba Walker 86. Paul George 89, and D'Angelo Russell's at 83. So I mean,
come on,
Anthony Davis 94. DeMarcus Cousins 90. Okay. Now they gave DeMarcus Cousins a 90 off of his Achilles. With it, I mean,
exactly. That's too high.
Yeah, So
yeah.
What do you think?
Like I said,
Karl Anthony Towns 91.
I
Ben
hate
Simmons,
that.
87.
Especially now that we don't see what KP. They didn't show KPs yet, and it's going to be disrespectful.
Yeah, it is.
They're going to do some craziness like probably like an 82 or something like that, and it's because they're going to say because of the knee injury, and then like you just said, DeMarcus Cousins is a 90 something,
right,
coming off of his Achilles injury. So I'm a fan of Cat, but personally, that's still too high for him. Man.
Yeah,
that's too high.
Donovan Mitchell is at 87. Kawhi Leonard 94. DeMar DeRozan 89. Jason Tatum is at 87.
That's what I'm saying. They fell in love with him.
Yep. Then of course LeBron James is at 98.
Yeah, that's fine. LeBron could have been 99. I wouldn't have complained.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah, you can't complain about that. What do you think they're gonna put? Where do you think they're gonna put Frank?
I'm trying to remember. Frank last year ended, I think, at 76, 75. So I think they're going to lowball him, and I think they're going to, because he didn't play, and they're going to go off of all that. So he's probably going to be like a 74, 73.
74, 73.
Yeah, they're going to disrespect him.
Yeah, I can see that. They're going to do him. They're going to lowball him, man. Yeah, I can see that.
Because they're going to go off the fact that, his stats were low. He didn't play much. Because, they're not Knicks fans, so they don't see what we see. You know what I mean? They don't watch the games like that. They're just going to go off of the statistics and what he did. Right. He didn't do too much,
So is that the only way that they come up with the ratings going up? Stats? Do they factor in anything else?
I'm sure it's stat. Yeah, 100%. I mean, just like what you said with Karl Anthony Towns, like, he did not have the look at him in the playoffs. He didn't do too much, but because his stats were, Karl Anthony Towns stats, and he's able to shoot the three as a big kind of things. Those are gonna shoot his rating up.
Yeah.
So I honestly do. I think that's
what you said, Rob?
Analytics and stats.
Yeah, man. So we'll definitely be looking forward to when you start putting out some of those 2K videos.
I appreciate
and everything. We'll be looking forward to it and following. I'll definitely be following. I know that. All right, let me get to one of these calls that's on here. You're on Live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping, man?
Hey, good night, Tim. How are you doing? It's JP calling.
JP, we've been. Oh, I'm so glad you called in. Talk some reasoning to these guys up here. What's going on, man?
I'm not gonna be too long.
Okay.
You guys touched on so many things, and I can, sit here and talk for hours and stuff like that. But CK2K is one of my favorite personalities on YouTube, so I just wanted to give him a shout out.
You, man. Much love. Appreciate
you. And then Oscar, he was the caller of the night.
Yeah,
he was MVP for sure.
Yes, and also I listened to your All Sports podcast with the Entertainer.
Yeah.
And I personally called to give props to what's his name? Big Freezy?
Big Freezy, yeah.
Yes, he was phenomenal.
He was.
Yes, I love his insight on how he became a fan of his different sports and stuff like that. It was great.
Yeah. Big Freezy is great. And I mean, and what you see
he knows his stuff, and you can tell that he's an older caller.
Mm-hmm.
But, he's great, man. He's good.
Yeah.
I mean, as is everyone else who calls your show. Everyone they bring something to the table, and that makes.
I like that show, man. I got to listen to Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, JP, but I just wanted to tell and say I got to listen to that on my. I enjoy it. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
I have a question for you though. It's more like a debate. So.
Okay.
I personally feel like, we will have money, whether it's for one max contract or two. And I believe that the Knicks have an idea as far as to who they want to give that money to. So let's just say that they want Kyrie.
Mm-hmm.
But you hear these rumors, and if these rumors are true, that Kyrie and Butler wants to play together. So it's like a package deal. If the Knicks tell Kyrie, look, we want you, but we're not really feeling Butler, what do you do?
What will...
You see what I'm saying? Because...
Right. I guess it depends on if the Knicks tell Kyrie we want you, but we're not feeling Butler. What should the Knicks do, or what does Kyrie do?
Well, I guess both, because then you will see the growth of the organization, because I would think that the older administration would have been like, if Kyrie says, well, it's either both of us or none, then they would have taken Butler.
Right.
But if they don't want him, then I don't know. And that question is more towards CK2K, because I know he had like one of his videos.
Yeah, I did a video. I feel like, yes, I love what you said about the Knicks. Yeah, the old Knicks would have 100% said, "Oh, in order to get you, we have to." Okay, that's fine. So how much do you guys want? Yeah, that's what the old Knicks would do, 100%. But I feel what happens with that, I think if that is the case, where they want to lean towards a package deal, I'm sure that they're probably going to look into the other options a lot more heavily, like the Nets and Boston. And I think that's just going to put us in that kind of limbo. It's like, what do we do, kind of thing. And honestly, I don't know how to answer that question. I just go ahead.
But as a fan, if you knew that they had the opportunity to sign both, and they only wanted one, and as a result of that, the two guys went to Brooklyn, would you be upset as a fan, or would you be happy with the fact that they put their foot down and say, look, this is who we want. We're not just going to give this money to anyone. How do you look at it? Because I feel like they're going to get killed regardless. Yeah. I just think that they should do what's best for the basketball team.
Yeah, I like that second answer, because it'll be disappointing, because we want Kyrie. We have a chance to pull in a Kyrie Irving, but at the same time, I feel like in the long run, and personally, I think we could work with Jimmy Butler, but I get the arguments to not bring him along. I'm leaning towards that side as well. But like you said in that second answer, they both go to Brooklyn. It's one of those things where it's like we are not giving into their demands. We're sticking to our guns to build our team the way we are trying to, in the direction that we're trying to build our team, which is the right way, rather than trying to buy and pay anybody that just wants to be a Knick kind of thing. So it would be bittersweet, because like I would be upset because I want Kyrie, but at the same time, I like what you said with that. Like, we did what we had to do. It would be the smarter decision.
Okay.
Personally.
And then one last thing. Now, I know there's a big debate as far as what do we do with Lee, what do we do with Noah, and all this other stuff. And I will say that the coaching staff, you gotta listen to what the front office is saying. You gotta listen to what the coach is saying. And I think when he was when the coach was in Latvia, he gave an interview and he was like, "Look, I'm not sure exactly how we're gonna score points every night, but I know I want two things. I want to be able to establish defense, and I want my basketball team to be versatile. So I feel like if you have those two skill sets, you're already ahead of the game." I do believe that in regards to Lee's case, he's been a good teammate, and I think the Knicks will not only try to do what's best for the basketball team, but also try to do what's best for Lee as well. If you've noticed, in addition to upgrading our talent on the basketball court, they've also wanted to repair their reputation as well. So being able to take care of their players, whether it means to just, even if you're getting rid of them, you want to be able to do that as well. And you want to be able to exercise patience too. I mean, look what they did with Melo. I mean, Scott Perry was patient, and it looks like we got the better end of that deal. So I believe if we get rid of Noah by stretching him, that gives the front office the flexibility to keep Lee until they find a deal that's best for both sides.
Yeah, I agree.
I know Knicks fans, we're never patient, but you just have to be patient. I do believe that they have a game plan, and they're executing it slowly but surely. And that's all you can say. I want to thank you guys for your time. Have a good night all.
Hey, JP.
Yeah.
I don't know if you follow the chat, the chat that's on YouTube.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna put my email in there. Maybe if you can send me an email. I just want to talk to you off the air a little bit.
Yeah, sure. I got your email from the last chat, and it was my intention to reach out to you as well, because of the other stuff with your basketball camps and stuff like that. But I've been busy. Yeah. But I'll definitely shoot your email.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Thank you very much, boys.
I appreciate it.
Man.
Have a good one.
Man.
Have a good night. Bye bye.
You too. You too. Great call, JP. She's a great call. She's really knowledgeable.
Yeah, man.
And I really like the fact that we're having more and more ladies call in.
That's great.
Talk Knicks, man. You know what I mean? That's great. So I'm gonna go to the chat because I seen Ron Cleveland coming to the chat. So I know he wants to get his words in. Let me open them up. Ron, can you hear me?
Yeah, man. What's up, Sam?
What's popping, bro?
Man. Hey, I forgot you was on tonight, man. Hey, I got my little notification a little late. I don't know what's up with the iPhone. I should have been got it. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
All right.
So what's going on, man? So have you heard what we've been talking about?
Hey,
we talked about a lot tonight.
What's the latest? What we doing?
Man, we talked about Courtney Lee, whether or not he should be traded. We talked about, was he upset, or was it just social media fodder? We talked about, can Tim Hardaway be an AllStar this year? Can Fizz help him get to that point? We talked about a lot of things. Talked about rotational minutes.
Well, Courtney Lee situation. Me personally, I feel like they're disrespecting him, man. Hey, if you ain't gonna have the man on the marquee, he's still on the team. That's outright disrespect. Go ahead and get him out of there. He should have been gone draft night. You know what I mean? You owe that much to him. Let him go.
But he was on a couple of other marquees though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that thing I saw on the little picture, the little mural with all the players, man, I'm like, okay, hey, that's a slap in the face there, man. Ain't no way to even look at it. How would you feel if you wasn't on there?
It depends. I mean, okay, so he was on the Martin Luther King Day cover. There was no KP, no Kevin Knox, I don't believe. I forgot who else was on there. But there was only like 2 or 3 people on the Martin Luther King Day cover. Like someone else said, the Christmas Day cover with versus Milwaukee. It was Kevin Knox and Mitchell Robinson. I mean,
hey, look at them. If you can put Moody Ed Trash butt on there, man. If you can put his trashy behind on there, Courtney Lee should have been on there.
I mean, it was other players not on there too.
Huh?
I mean, there was other players not on there.
And Dodson don't need to be on there. Not the way he played in the summer league. Not the way he played in the summer league.
So you're gonna base it? Okay.
He don't need to be on there. He gotta get his game right before he get on anything.
Okay.
Hey, and Joakim Noah. I don't understand why they ain't. To me, they can go ahead and buy him out, get him on out of there. I ain't really with that stretch stuff. I don't want to pay nobody, and they ain't on the team, man. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that one bit. And I don't know if you heard that clown Stephen A. Smith, man. Hey, y'all need to. Hey, everybody in New York, y'all need to ban him. Ban him from New York City. Hey, he loved LeBron so much in LA. He don't need to ever come back to New York City. He trashing the Knicks. Did y'all hear how he was clowning Kevin Knox? Because Kevin Knox gonna get 35 games.
I'll tune him out.
Nah, I didn't even hear it. I don't check in with everything with Stephen A. Smith.
Neither do I.
Go to ESPN and listen. And I really wish I could get a chance to talk to him. Hey, Sam. Hey, Sam, check this out. What's more funny? Him clowning the Knicks. Hey, Sam. What's more funny to me is he's clowning Kevin Knox for what Kevin Knox had to say about how many wins we can get and the aspirations of trying to get to the playoffs, but yet he want to still defend Melo. Like, Melo's good. Melo's trash. Let's be real. Melo time is up, man. Hey, Sim, you got to be real, man. That's your boy.
That's my boy. I'm holding out hope for him. Hey, Ron, I'm holding out hope for Melo. I'm holding out hope for him, man.
I can respect that. I can respect you saying that because you know what that tells me? That tells me you see the same thing I see.
I say, hey,
tells me you see the same thing everybody else is seeing. That's your boy. You got to hold out hope for him.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. That last season he was in New York. When a player starts going to the basket and they're getting their shot blocked a lot, you kind of know they're losing their legs. And Melo was getting his shot thrown a lot.
All that pump faking you done.
What'd you say?
And when you start pump faking like crazy, you done.
Yeah, exactly. You know it. In that last season with the Knicks, man, Melo was pump faking. He was getting his shot blocked. He had no more lift. I was like, man, it hurt me. It hurt me.
Season, man.
It hurt me.
Not even 20 dunks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he definitely won that trade. But hey, I must say, I hope he resurrects his career in Houston. I don't want to see him go out like that.
Me too.
All jokes aside, and I think, but when we look at our Knicks, man, the sky's the limit right now. Sam, man, anybody that ain't with us, man, you against us. Stephen A. Smith, I really wish I could talk to that guy, man. I would light him up. I would give him everything he can handle. Because he's trying to fool sometimes I hear him talking, man. He's really an idiot. He's an idiot, man. Some of the stuff I hear come out of his mouth.
Especially about the Knicks.
I hear you. Yeah. All right. Hey, Ron, I appreciate it, man. Stay in the chat. We about to bring this thing to a close. All right.
Yeah, man.
So I'm coming around. I'm gonna start with Viv. I'm coming around and I'm gonna give you 30 seconds, guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you 30 seconds to go ahead and, get your thing off. However you want to end the night. If you want to take shots at somebody that's in the chat, you can feel free to take a shot at somebody that's in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Everybody probably wants to take a shot at who's Mark. You know what I'm saying? Like, Mark's got a bull's eye on his head.
Mark's chilling tonight, man. Hey, don't get Mark crunk. He chilling tonight. I like this low-key Mark I'm seeing tonight.
Okay.
He changing up tonight.
Yeah. I mean, I'm actually thinking about doing just a 20-minute show, weekly video of just the chat, and I just let them go. Do what they do, and I just sit back and watch and just make that a show. I'm actually thinking about doing that. I'm thinking about doing
entertainment. Just give them a topic and let them have it.
And just let them have it, and just go for about 20 minutes. It won't be 2 hours. It's about 20 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And see if in the end of that 20 minutes they still talking about what the original topic was.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. All right. Viv, it's on you, man. Got 30 seconds. 30 seconds, and I'm kicking you out.
I'm giving Mark a break today. First, whoever that first caller was before Oscar, I don't know. You remember her? You remember her name? I thought she had a really good call. And before I leave, I want to give a big shout out to CK. I mentioned in the chat he collabing with Knicks Film School just like you are.
Thanks, man.
So,
yeah, man.
Everybody else, if they haven't said so, look forward to stuff.
Appreciate
it. Definitely. Yeah, that's going to be great. What Knicks Film School is doing, bringing everyone together, that's going to be pretty dope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Viv. Appreciate you, man. And I'm going to see you around. Nate Dogg, it's on you, my man.
What's up, Sim? Shout out to the chat like always. It's always good talking. Subscribe if you haven't. I'll say one thing, man. I hear a lot on this chat every time, and all I hear is offense. Let's be real, guys. If we don't play defense, we ain't win nothing. The Knicks have not won games because we haven't played defense in the past. So the truth is, you want to know who's going to be out there on the court in the starting five? It's whoever plays defense. Because Fizdale's about defense.
Okay.
Yep.
I got you.
Defense wins championships. So that's all I'll say. Y'all have a good night.
All right, man. Later. Go ahead, Nate.
Later.
Go on. Who's this? Oh, there we go. Manuel, it's on you, bro.
Okay, first off, I'm gonna have to be the hopeless optimist like I always am, and I'm gonna agree with Meta World Peace.
Hey,
See
Manuel.
you guys in the Eastern Conference Finals this year.
Hey, Manuel, before you even go, I'm gonna let you get a whole minute, man, because we wasn't able to get to you earlier.
Oh, that's right.
Because your thing, was messing up. So I'm gonna let you get a minute. All right, so go ahead and rock with it, man.
Man, Eastern Conference Finals, and then on top of that, this on all seriousness right here. I feel like this lineup right here is going to be the death lineup for us this year. It's going to be Frank at the 1, Hezonja at the 2, Knox at the 3, Robinson at the 4, and Kanter at the 5. And I feel like Fizz is magic with that lineup right there.
Okay.
That's interesting.
That's it. Yeah, that's definitely interesting.
And I know the shooting is going to be so and so this season, but once KP comes back, it makes that death lineup even more complete. Oh, man.
Okay. All right. Well, we see. We will be watching. You said Eastern Conference Finals. You and Meta World Peace.
You and Meta, man, signing it off. Okay.
You said Eastern Conference Finals. I'm bringing this video back.
I wasn't on the bandwagon at first, but then I was just like, you know what? I've always been a hopeless, optimistic Knicks fan, so I'm gonna do it.
I love it.
Eastern Conference.
All right.
I love it.
All right, man. Peace, Manuel. Peace. Prince, it's on you. It's on you, man. Hold up. Wait a minute. If I can get you unmuted. There we go.
Shout out to chat. Hey, if you ain't subscribed, so definitely subscribe. Sim, keep doing your thing. Big ups to you, CK2K. Hey, man, it was a good talk tonight. Hey, can't wait to see y'all on Thursday. Keep it up, man.
All right, man. Peace. Have a good one.
Take it easy, man.
Peace. All right, let's see who we got. Ron Cleveland, you just got in. I know you just got in, but I'm gonna let you go for get your 30 seconds in, man.
Man. Hey, the Knicks, we back. We got the right coach in place. I agree with Nate Dogg, man. The defensive players are gonna be on the court, and I'm predicting by mid-season, the Knicks is going to make a major trade, man. They're going to make a major trade. Somebody big time is coming to New York mid-season. You can book that. You can take that to the bank. Somebody's coming. I don't know who, but somebody's coming. And that's it, man. Y'all have a good night. Love everybody in the chat, man. One love.
All right, peace. Be easy, Big Ron. Move. I'm gonna save Mark till last. I'm gonna come on to Isaiah.
Oh my God! Why you do that, sir? Why y'all put Mark last? It's gonna be funny. All right, 30 seconds. Let me get up. I'm a little.
30 seconds already started too.
I don't got no pudding tonight.
You took like 15 seconds just getting up.
You did.
All right, hold on. Okay, look, Frank's gonna start just because I just want everybody to think about this. Who's the first game we got? We got the Hawks. Do you really want Moutier or?
He's gone. Took too late.
I knew you were gonna do it.
It took too long.
Oh shoot,
Mark. It's on you, man. Hey, Mark, I'm gonna give you a minute, man, because you been at least to the stream, you've been kind of quiet tonight, and I think they want to hear you. So I know you got some stuff to say. There you go. It's on you.
Sam, where all these guys gonna get these minutes? Could you let me know?
I don't know. We'll see.
Ruben.
Like what? It is so stressful listening to people sometimes because, yo, bro, I'm trying to be the fan outside looking in. I want to be a Knicks fan, but bro, we're not good. We don't have an identity, man. We're lost right now. We got a whole bunch of players that couldn't play defense on the other team coming here, and y'all thinking they could play a lick of defense. And y'all think we're going to even win 29 games?
Well, we'll see.
Where are we winning 29?
538 got us at 24 games, I think they said.
How much?
24 games. 538 got us at 24 games. 29th in the league. Oof. That's what they got.
They need to rub four more after that because I don't see because I like Kevin Knox, bro. I like him, but the way how he plays, he's not someone that you just dump the ball to and he goes. He plays him with the flow of the game. That's what makes him so good, and that's why I kind of like him because I've seen that style of play from him. He necessarily don't need the ball to be effective enough So I don't think he's going to be a super consistent player the way y'all think that he's going to be. The most I will give him, on average, he's going to average 15 points. Maybe
I'll take 16, that for his rookie season,
but 15, but 20 points is too much because 20 points, you asking that kid to score 25 per night almost.
Huh?
For him to average 20. For him to average 20 points, he would have to average around 25 a night to go on average.
If he averages 25 a night, then he's gonna be averaging 25 points per game.
And I just don't see that with that young kid yet. He's not a consistent shooter yet. I don't know why y'all laughing.
Because Mark, you wildin', man. You say he got to average 25 a night in order to average 20 a night.
Yeah, because yes, he has to go over a certain amount almost every night to average around there, bro.
Yeah, but some nights he's gonna go under. So he might score 25 one night, then he might score 17, 15, or 17 the other night.
Yeah, but he has to be consistent for him to average 20, he has to be consistent over 20 points, bro. Almost over 20 points. For him to be a 20-point scorer. All
right.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna let you have it. But we're gonna talk about that again.
I don't think your man Trey Burke is even averaging 20 minutes on this team. So y'all could dead that 15 points a game with
that kid. Travis Fletcher, man, big shout out for the super chat. Said you hope to see the show on MSG one day. Yo, I mean that would be pretty dope. The only thing I would be scared of is that they don't let us have the chat like we got the chat. You know what I mean? They might be scared of that a little bit. Well, I don't know. Hey, Ruben, man, what's going on? It's on you, bro.
Man, they sent us to MSG. I got to come out of the closet for that. I got to come out of the pantry for that. Not on MSG. You ain't going to be able to see my Wi-Fi cords coming from up here.
Right.
Not on MSG. Oh, yeah. Shout out to the chat, man. Listen, real quick, I agree. We need defensive players out there, but we had a caller calling tonight who had 1,000 great points, JP. But she missed me on one, which was the league thing. I don't see why we need to show any patience to any players or any loyalty to any. We already did that. Loyalty shouldn't be our. The thing is, Courtney Lee already got his loyalty when he got his money. I think that we got to give him minutes this year just so we can add value to him. But if any team in the league want him, I think we should trade him at any point. You know what I mean? Just to get the money off the books. The only reason we don't do that, and I would not do that, if we were able to get the other money off, which is Noah, which is happening, or the Tim Hardaway Jr. money. If we get that off, then we actually need Courtney Lee on the team. So I don't agree with that. I don't think that we need to show loyalty to nobody like that. And as far as Mark, I just can't even. I'm not even wasting my time with what Mark was talking about. We got minutes. I don't know what we're talking about.
Oh no, Mark be bugging. Hey, Ruben, peace, man, and I'm sure we'll talk. We'll talk off the chat a little bit.
Absolutely, bro.
All right, man. Peace.
Yo, hold on before I go, man. Peace to the chat. CK. Always a pleasure, brother. Always a pleasure. So y'all boys have a good night.
Man. Likewise.
All right, CK, man, you wanna end this off?
Yeah, I'm gonna be quick. First and foremost, like everybody said, shout out to the chat, man. I was paying attention a lot more to the chat tonight. Y'all had your opinions, and I loved them. But yeah, man, subscribe if you haven't, man. I love these. Your insight. You be bringing in topics when we got nothing to talk about, but you made a show tonight in the middle of August, man, about the Knicks, and I appreciate you for that, man.
Appreciate that, man.
You out here, man. I love that. So if you're not subscribed, you better subscribe right now to my man. But my quick point, just basically, Mark threw me off when he was talking about we have no minutes to give to people to that. That threw me off. I was like, wait a minute. Anyways, my quick point is basically just going back to the number one thing we talked about with Courtney Lee. I just feel like veteran leadership is very slept on and is very underrated in the league. There's a lot of players with examples that did not have it, that are sure they're good now, but didn't really turn into like a superstar like they should have. One example would be like Blake Griffin. Like, he never really had a veteran leader or anybody on his team like that, you know, could give him any kind of advice or anything like that. And I can go down a list, but I just feel like with this young Knicks team, I don't want us to go down the rabbit hole of having all these right pieces going the right way, building the right team, but then throwing them into the fire without having the right guidance. Fizdale can do so much, but there's also got to be some kind of veteran leadership in the locker room. So I just feel like that is a hidden gem with the whole thing with Courtney Lee and Lance Thomas. But like Ruben said, if the right offer comes up, if any offer comes up where we are getting a positive out of it, you pull the trigger. I just don't feel like we should be out there looking for trades for Courtney Lee. That's my only thing with that. That's it.
All right. Hey, CK, man. I always appreciate you coming on, and it's always a pleasure.
Love
always
the fact you have me on, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, always a pleasure. Yeah, I'm looking forward to. I know you said your last video got delayed a little bit, but we're definitely looking forward to it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, tomorrow.
All right. Yeah. Well, we'll be looking forward to it, man.
Appreciate you.
All right, peace. I know it's like 9:30 over there, so it's early. It's getting late over here.
Yeah. I'm sure.
But all right, man.
All right, bro.
Peace, man. Have a good one.
You too, man. You too.
Yeah. Knicks fans, I thank you guys for logging in tonight. It was a great show. And my last point, like so many others, let's be patient and make the right moves. That's really it. You know what I'm saying? And when I say be patient, that doesn't mean not to pick up free agents, because there's going to come a time when we're going to need to bring in free agents. When I say patient and make the right moves, I'm talking about the things that JP was talking about. We have a strategy. We have a plan. We have certain type of players that we want to bring into this organization. We have certain ethics that we want this organization to portray. Right? We have certain values that we want the team to be about. So if those free agents do not represent those values, if those free agents don't have the right characteristics, don't bring them in, because we are looking for long-term success, not short-term satisfaction. Long-term success, not short-term satisfaction. So if that means you don't bring in Kyrie because him and Jimmy Butler had to be a package, then maybe that's what it is. Then maybe that's the route that we have to go. But we've got to stick to our guns, stick to our values as a team and an organization, and I think we'll get to where we want to go. So, if you enjoyed the show, please subscribe below. Ring the notification bell. And you'll get a notification anytime that I go live, which is every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So I'll see you Thursday night at 10:30. Peace.